Yo, what is good, everybody tuning in to the AFC East RoundTable? This is Richie from Jets Media. We got Dan, we got Master, and we got Finsanity filling in for TD PHINS TALK. Always a pleasure to have you on the stream. Unfortunately, TD was not able to join, but it's okay because Finsanity represents the Dolphins just as good as TD. So I'm not upset about it. I'm happy that Finsanity's here to represent Miami.
Leaps and bounds better than TD.
Leaps and bounds. All right, I'm not throwing any disrespect. Whoa. But guys, shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome into another AFC East Roundtable. This is the official halfway point of the NFL season. The New York Jets are at 2-6. We got everybody knows what's going on with this team, man. And the Buffalo Bills, they're coming off a disappointing loss. We're going to get into that. The New England Patriots, they're on a 3-game win streak. And then Miami Dolphins, they got a W for the first time since week number 1. So everyone's looking good. The Jets, we all know what happened with them on Thursday Night Football. The Mike White era had to get cut short. And then Josh Johnson went out there to throw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. So we're going to be getting into everything tonight about the AFC East. Dan, I'm going to start off with you, my man. How you feeling? I know you're coming off probably one of the most heartbreaking Buffalo Bills losses of in a long time. So how you feeling today, my man?
Like shit, Richie. To be completely honest with you. So it's funny. I'm going to go on ahead and get down into why I think we lost the game first off. But just to get the bullshit out of the way, I mean, I'm really not much of a superstitious person. But there was a couple of curses that were following the Buffalo Bills going into Jacksonville. Number one, we wore the combo blue pants and white jerseys. We always lose in that combination for the past 5 or 6 years. Terrible option. Have no idea why we even were trying to toy with destiny. Number 2, Josh Allen was on the Manning cast, okay? I believe the Manning cast curse from now on. If you go on that show, stay fucking clear away from it. Never go near it if you want your team to win that next week. And number 3, I was at that game. Every single Bills game I've ever been to in person, we have lost. Okay, I should have known better. I should have known better because I thought that it'd be a layup of a win. Not the case. Not the case. No, I mean, honestly, it was really cool being out there. I met a bunch of Bills Mafia, which was awesome. Had a great time at the tailgate, but that great time ended once I ended up going to that game, man. I mean, if you were to tell me that this game would have turned out to be 9-6, I would have called you crazy. The matchups just didn't make sense. And it just goes to show you how much we are in desperate need of offensive line depth. We have 2 key injuries right now. We have John Feliciano and then Spencer Brown were out of that game. And then Deion Dawkins, who was actually one of our highest paid offensive linemen as of about a year ago. He had COVID prior to the season starting, and some are saying that, there's some lingering side effects because he has not been the exact same person. Josh Allen from the Jags was completely eating his lunch the entire day. I would probably have to put a lot of the blame on that loss against Deion Dawkins, at least a solid 25-30% of it. He's also the same guy that blew the block at that Tennessee game as well. So our offensive line is definitely yearning for some help. But unfortunately, the trade deadline is over with. There's really nobody in free agency that I think would be able to make an instant impact. So we're just going to have to ride with the guys that we have right now and really hope that our coaching staff can turn it around because, I mean, that's the missing piece. Yeah, we can't run the ball to save our lives. I mean, we really don't have any type of stud receiver on this roster as of right now. But that game we saw from the Buffalo Bills, you're not going to see me running around saying the sky is falling, the season's over, there's some serious issues. I have full confidence in my team to bounce back. The only way you're going to see me running around saying that the sky is falling is if we lose to Mike White and the New York Jets on Sunday. Then you will see me running around saying the sky is falling.
All right, Dan. Well, listen, I will tell you this. Josh Allen looked really good in that game. And I'm not talking about your Josh Allen.
Yeah, come on. Like that. He did look good. I got to give it to him. Okay?
And guys, Real quick, for those guys that know me, I'm not only a Jets content creator, I'm a New York Knicks content creator, and the Knicks are on right now. So if I'm a little distracted right now, my apologies. They're mounting a crazy comeback against the Milwaukee Bucks, so I'm like watching it while live right now. But that doesn't matter. I just want to let you guys know in case you'll see me doing other things. But I will be focused on this. I want to give the floor to Finsanity because you guys are coming off your first victory from week number 1 against the New England Patriots. So now you guys are 2-7.
You're right. It's good to see those just laughing.
You beat the Houston Texans. How you feeling, Finsanity? You got the feeling of being back in the win column. Let me hear it.
I don't know how to feel. I mean, we gave up 5 turnovers. Our offense looked a hot mess. I mean, a lot of people are trying to take positives away from it. The only thing you can take away from that game is that our defense is back, and they are back to 0 blitzing teams, putting them in tough situations, getting them behind the line of scrimmage even more. And we also got a lot of turnovers, which we're accustomed to last year. So that's one thing I take from that game. We're in a QB controversy right now. Our starting quarterback has a fractured middle finger right now, so we're going to see if he's able to go tomorrow. But as of right now, we're rolling with Jacoby Brissett, and everything going forward is basically relying on our defense. I don't know what we're going to do offensively. We have weapons like Mike Gesicki. We have weapons like Devontae Parker, who seems to be injured all the time. Will Fuller, who we thought was going to be a key piece this year in our offense. He has not seen the field except for one game against the Raiders, and he got hurt on the last play, which we got robbed. I'm going to keep saying we got robbed in the Raiders game. Our record is not indicative of what it should be. We should be even more in the race right now. And we thought a guy like Preston Williams, who consistently was able to be open last year, we thought he would come back and catch his full stride. He's still dealing with injuries, and we're also hearing that he's basically just winging it out there. He's not really following the play concept. So for everything that it's worth, you put all that together and you brew it up. Miami Dolphins are back. Like, come on. We finally beat a team we're supposed to beat. We finally beat a team we were supposed to beat. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't gorgeous. But you know what? We did something that Buffalo couldn't do. Beat a team that you had no business even being in contest with. And Dan, did you say you don't have any stud receivers, or did you say they didn't have any stud receivers? I heard something.
So I said that they didn't have any stud receivers, but first off, just to go back to your previous point, yes, we did beat a team that we should easily have beaten, and we did it twice this year already. It was the Miami Dolphins. So
you didn't do it easily twice.
We've done that.
That second time, you know what? You know what, Dan? And you know what? I know TD is really like, he's gritting his teeth because right now, I have to say this for my brother. Josh Allen is trash.
No, he is not.
He's straight garbage.
One game, Josh Allen is trash.
Do you realize that Tua and Josh Allen had the same amount of pass attempts, and Tua had by far more yards and had 2 touchdowns? Don't tell me you out here paying a guy all this money and he can't even compare to Tua Tagovailoa.
Insanity. Let me respond to this real fast. Something I found very interesting, right? The other day, I was comparing the stats of Josh Allen in 2020, his first 8 games, and the stats of Josh Allen in 2021, his first 8 games. Stats are identical. That tells me it's not Josh Allen. Something else. It's our offensive line.
Interesting take from Dan.
It might not be, but last game.
Yep.
All right, so guys, we have Insanity calling out Josh Allen, saying he's trash. So we're starting off this stream hot.
I did it for TD.
Representing TD very well.
I don't feel that way, but for TD.
Master Work, going to let you talk, give your thoughts about the New England Patriots coming off another victory. How you feeling, my man?
Listen, I tried to warn people last week that if we won this game, that the Patriots are officially back. Right now, the Patriots are in the 7th seed. I have bad news for the rest of the NFL. The Evil Empire is back. Our defense right now is ranked 5th scoring defense. We haven't given up more than 24 points all season long. And even the games that we did lose, Tampa Bay, Dallas, some of the tougher NFC teams, like those games are relevant because we're 4-1 in the conference. And we lost those games by like a total of like 5-6 points. So at the end of the day, this team is progressing with a rookie quarterback. I know a lot of Jets fans are watching. I'm telling you, this team reminds me of that Jets team with Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan and a dominant defense that went to the AFC Championship game. I really believe that the ceiling for this team right now, as befuddled and messed up as the AFC is, there isn't a clear-cut favorite. Buffalo proved that last week by losing to Jacksonville. The Patriots are literally a half game outside of the AFC East lead. And being that the AFC is such a toss-up, I believe that the Patriots with a elite defense can make some noise if we get to the playoffs, which I think 100% certain that we will. And like I said, we got a rookie quarterback. He's developing. He looks like the best rookie quarterback in this draft class. I've been saying that the entire season. The stats will back me up. And we didn't miss Gilmore last week either. J.C. Jackson had 2 picks. He leads the league in interceptions again. And I'm pretty sure they're going to give him a contract extension. If not, I think he has an option where we can franchise tag him just in case, but we'll have enough money to sign him to a big deal. But like I said, we haven't missed a step on the defense side of the ball. Yes, we haven't played the best teams. And I will say, since there's a lot of Jets fans watching, I want to apologize to Jets Nation, that it wasn't your fault. Sam Darnold is absolute garbage. He's garbage. He looked absolutely horrendous. I've never seen a quarterback look so bad in my life. I don't know if it's just the Patriots or what, but ever since I think they started out 3-0, he's regressed. They were afraid to bench him last week because they wanted everyone in I guess their fan base in Carolina to see how bad not Josh Allen, but Sam Darnold is. He saw ghosts again. He threw 3 picks. He threw a pick 6 to J.C. Jackson. It was one of the worst picks I've ever seen in my life outside of that Carson Wentz pick a couple weeks ago. So Jets fans, you can hold your head high. You did the right thing. Sam Darnold is not a good quarterback, and he will be a journeyman backup in this league. And you guys can hang on to Mike White and try to develop Zach Wilson behind him. I think that's the good thing to do. But yeah, Sam Darnold is not that guy, man. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Well, yeah, Master, I appreciate the kudos to Jets Nation because Jets fans are feeling happy about that because not only did we get rid of Sam, but we got rid of Jamal Adams, and Joe Douglas flipped Jamal Adams and Sam Darnold into an entire draft class. If you combine what we got from Jamal and what we got from Sam Darnold, it's 2 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick, 1 third-round pick, 1 fourth-round pick, and 1 sixth-round pick for those 2 players. So that is just a huge credit to the Jets front office of getting rid of 2 players that I thought was the future of the team. And what do I know? But yeah, Jamal Adams is over there in Seattle making no impact on the defense. And Sam Darnold's doing this thing, as we know, like you just saw. He's absolutely looking disgusting. So as a Jets fan, I'm happy with that. So far in that trade, we got Elijah Vera Tucker in the draft, who looks like one of the best upcoming left guards in the entire NFL. So that trade is looking good for the New York Jets. Now, getting into the Jets game against the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday Night Football, there was so much hype surrounding this, guys. It was all about Mike effing White going into this game, coming off of his historic performance. His jersey's in the Hall of Fame, 405 yards, his first ever NFL start. The vibes are high. You get an opportunity to go on primetime football and show if Mike White is legit or not. And not only is Mike effing White a phenom amongst Jets fans, but Mike White became loved amongst NFL fans because who doesn't love an underdog story of somebody that was drafted in the 5th round, got waived 11 different times, never got an opportunity to do anything in the NFL, finally gets his first chance, and he goes out there against the Bengals and beat the first seed Bengals at the time and has an historic day. Who doesn't want to see a guy like that go out there and perform well on primetime football? And what does Mike White do? His first drive, he gets a couple first downs, and then they have to punt the ball. The Indianapolis Colts, they go down to score 7-0. The second drive, Mike White goes all the way down, scores 7-7. And then unfortunately for him, he had to go down with an injury that held him out for the remainder of the game, and the Mike White era got cut short for that time. But we find out today that Mike White will be starting against the Buffalo Bills. So I'm sorry, Bills fans, the Mike White era is not over just yet. But that game against the Colts, you know, even if Mike White finished the game, I think we would have lost because the defense was absolutely atrocious. And if you watch the game as well, I mean, Josh Johnson, our third string quarterback, he put up really good numbers. He had 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. So it wasn't like a quarterback issue. It wasn't the offense issue. The New York Jets offense has 997 total yards, 8 touchdowns, and 64 points in 2 weeks. That's crazy because Jets fans were not used to this. So far, it's like the beginning of the season for the Jets, it was the complete opposite. The offense was trash. The defense was great. Now here we are in the midway point of the season. The offense is turning the corner and the defense looks trash. So now we're trying to get all phases of the ball working together. I know it's a very young team. This was expected. This isn't something that I went into the season and thought that it's going to be a perfect year by any means necessary for the Jets. So I'm feeling happy right now. I feel like the progression for the Jets offense so far this year has been developing the playmakers. Rookie Elijah Moore, the jersey I have right here, had his breakout performance on primetime football. 2 touchdowns. Great to see. Our rookie running back, Michael Carter, is becoming an absolute stud. Our entire offensive line is taking that next step. And now the next step is for this Jets team is to get Zach Wilson healthy, get him out there on the field by next week, hopefully. And hopefully we can see him do what Mike White and Josh Johnson did, because this is a very good thing for Zach Wilson, a rookie quarterback, to watch a guy like Mike White, watch a guy like Josh Johnson go out there and execute the offense is how it's supposed to be ran. And I know some people are already writing off Zach Wilson because you see Mike White doing this. You see, oh my God, Mike White's the future. And hey, I'm not saying Mike White isn't the future. I'm not saying Zach Wilson isn't the future. I have an open mind, but if I had to guess, I still think Zach Wilson will be the franchise quarterback for this New York Jets team. But at the same time, I'm rooting for Mike White to go out there and score, so many points and get 4 touchdowns in the Buffalo Bills because it's Mike effing White. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to say is I'm really proud of the progression of this Jets offense, because if you look back at what this Jets offense was doing in the beginning of the year and where they're at now, it's a huge deal. The Jets offensive coordinator, he's a rookie. His name is Mike LaFleur. He's a younger brother of Matt LaFleur, the Green Bay Packers head coach. He has not been in the booth all year long calling the plays. For the past 2 games, he went up into the booth, and now the offense is absolutely clicking, and obviously the quarterback change has something to do with that. So I'm really excited to see what this Jets team can do against a Buffalo Bills team that's coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's my really thoughts about the Jets-Colts game, and I'm excited to see the rest of the season for the Jets, because I knew going in, this wasn't about the playoffs. It wasn't about wins or losses. It's about developing a culture, developing an identity, and developing the offense and defensive structure. And I feel like they are trending in the right direction. So that's really my thoughts about the Jets and the Colts game basically on Thursday Night Football. So now I want to talk about the rest of the AFC East.
Yo, Richie, let me interrupt you real fast. Someone in the chat just said that Richie looks like Mike White.
Oh, that's funny that you say that, because
I want to pull up a picture of Mike White.
He does kind of look like Mike White.
I get that all the time. I am Mike White, basically. Literally,
Richie this whole fucking time, dude.
That's his double life.
Yo, I am Mike White. No, but seriously, like the craziest thing about that is like my favorite number is 5. And in Madden, like growing up, I would always make a quarterback for the Jets wearing number 5. And now I see a quarterback for the Jets wearing number 5 that looks like me. It's weird. It's really weird, because even I think he looks like me, and it's the haircut more than anything else than just the facial structure. But everybody says that, all the Jets fans, even my own friends, and it's like it's really funny.
So everyone's wanting to pull up a picture. Yeah, so everyone's wanting to pull up a picture. Right now. Yeah. So pull it off and like definitely take your hat off so we get the full effect.
Yeah, I don't have the fresh haircut like Mike White does, so you're not gonna be able to see the full blown Mike White in me. But here, I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Mike White. Gotta see which picture I
like I gotta see side by side. Yeah, I gotta see side by side.
Now all these pictures of him with his helmet on. There was one picture that just looked so identical, and I'm like, yo, that's freaking me. No, but he has blue eyes. I got brown. Okay. This is a funny one.
Let's see.
Fuck. Where are we?
So is it the one in his frat days where he just looked like he was getting
I just Googled Mike White, and I'm just gonna share it.
Do it. Let's see. We gotta see it. Definitely. 1,000%. So you throw a hat on that guy.
There's Mike effing White.
You should put the one with the jersey right there, like with the green. That kind of gives like the more Richie. Yeah, that kind of gives the more aesthetic as you.
Like Mike White kind of looks like the guy that's like.
There he is.
Get that stunt double money.
White, So Mike White sort of looks like the guy that's like the son of a famous mobster, and like he has like a drug problem. So like when he goes around, that's exactly what it is. Straight out of HBO.
You watch too many episodes of The Sopranos, like for real, my guy.
He looks like he's on The Sopranos, bro.
The resemblance is crazy. I don't know how. But listen, guys, I appreciate everybody. Everybody wants me to put on that helmet, and I'll actually look like him. It's a replica, so I can't put it on, unfortunately. But guys, if you're new to the stream, make sure you smash that thumbs up button if you guys are enjoying the AFC East Roundtable. And don't forget to subscribe to everybody down below in the description. I want to talk about the AFC East right now. So going around the table, Dan, I want you to talk about the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots, and what you saw from all three teams this past week. And more importantly, no, I don't want you to talk about Mike White yet, even though you're going to have to talk about him about the Jets. But we're going to save that for when we preview the Jets and Bills. So give your thoughts about all three teams in the AFC East so far, recapping their week number 9.
Yeah. All right. So number one with the Dolphins, I mean, they should have won that game. I mean, they needed to win that game. I wouldn't say that they really have any, option or hope of, sort of making this a season and squeaking into the playoffs. Let's be honest, it's not going to happen. But
it ends tomorrow.
And so I'm glad to see that they were able to come out and actually beat a team who was in the lower echelon of the league. I definitely still think that you guys need to find yourself a quarterback for sure. But at the end of the day, y'all won like you should have. Patriots looking damn good. The Patriots looking damn good. I am very scared of their defense, their front seven, especially after I saw what our offensive line did against the Jags. Okay, so I mean that's one of the teams that I'm worried about. Not only losing, but let's just say Josh Allen being in like legitimate danger, like going through with that. Like Matt Judon has been having an absolute year. He's going to be a nightmare during both of those matchups. I can tell you.
Christian Barmore,
him too. Trust me, I've had my nightmares so far, but we'll get there. And then the Jets. I mean, honestly, when it came down to it, this is a must-win for the Bills, in my opinion. I think that we need to end up getting back on track. I think that the Jets game probably would have ended up a bit differently if Mike White were to stay. Both drives that he was on, he was driving down the field almost effortlessly, looked very good. I'm really excited to see what he does against the number 1 defense in the league on Sunday.
Interesting. Yeah, man. Mike White's coming for you. Or should I say, I'm coming for you, because I am Mike White.
Richie's out there slinging play action. I love it.
Master, what's your thoughts about the AFC East right now? I know that you're very optimistic about your chances. Now you're like, what, a half game behind the Bills? You see the Bills losing. You see the Dolphins winning. And what do you feel like about
this? They have something that belongs to us, and it's that COVID Mickey Mouse banner that they hung up, which we'll take it legitimately this year. Oh, I want to start with the Jets. Like I said, I think the Jets are your defense was horrendous. I watched that entire game. I put $1,000. Y'all lost me $1,000 last week. I don't want to get into that, but I was stupid because I thought your defense was a little bit better than what it showed. Yeah. You guys couldn't stop the run. Even if Mike White had played, you guys would have lost because Josh Johnson played pretty damn good. But no, you guys are headed in the right direction. You guys just really need to fix that defense in the offseason. You're playing for pride at this point and to figure out who your quarterback is. As far as the Dolphins go, oh man,
be nice. Listen, it's not TV really up here.
I mean, y'all are y'all play Baltimore tomorrow, so y'all gonna be 2-8. It's coming close to being mathematically eliminated. There's really nothing y'all can really do to save the season. There's controversy whether if Tua was really hurt enough not to play, whether y'all bench him. I think that relationship is completely just gone. I don't think you guys can save that. You guys better get Deshaun Watson, or I don't know what you guys do next season. But yeah, your season's pretty much done. You're in a toilet. There's really not much to say about your dysfunctional franchise. And for the Bills,
oh man,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I watched the entire game. I really did. I was watching both games simultaneously, and you guys lost. I can't believe you guys. It's the fashion you lost, because had you scored like a 33, if you guys had lost like 36-33, yeah, it would have been a shocking loss. But then it was like, okay, well then your defense is show. But how the hell did you only score 6 points against Jacksonville? And Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen, which I'm going to now call the Josh Allen for the Bills, Allen Josh, because I think he's lost his rights to his name. Pick six, sacked, fumble. I mean, it was just it's crazy how Bills fans are making excuses for the offensive line now. It's the same excuse Dolphins fans have been using that as a scapegoat for years. Why does every team that either have a shocking loss or have a down season always blame their offensive line? The Patriots have had there was a week against Houston where we were missing 4 offensive linemen of our starting. We had to play practice squad offensive linemen, and they played pretty good. The offensive line is no longer a scapegoat, especially for Bills fans, because I didn't hear any offensive line issues beginning of the season. That was one of your strong points, and now all of a sudden you lose to the Jaguars. Well, it's not Josh's fault. It's the offensive line. No, it's not. You guys just didn't show up. You overlooked them. You lost to a team with the swimming pool. And like I said, the NFL is wacky. Especially last week was a lot of upsets, but that one just took the cake. I don't know a bigger upset that's going to happen this season than that. Because the Jaguars didn't do shit offensively. They really didn't. But the Bills, like I said, to Bills Mafia, we're coming, man. And I'm gonna tell you this: don't sleep against the Jets, because if Mike White plays the way he's been playing, your defense can't get got. And if the only reason why I don't really see the Jets winning is because their defense is so horrid. But then again, they give up the run a lot, and the Bills have no running game. Y'all don't got no running backs.
No, we don't.
And when we get later in the season, when the weather gets cold, especially if you're in Buffalo, how are you guys going to run the rock in cold weather? When you guys if you guys need to put the game on ice at the end in the playoffs or something, and you need a first down and you need a running back to get you there, because Josh Allen has proven the last 2 times this season he wasn't Air Allen. He couldn't get the first down against the Ravens. That could have won him the game, and he couldn't get a first down last week against the Jaguars to try to go down the field and win. You can't rely on Josh Allen to get that quarterback sneak from 1 yard anymore. Teams know that they don't have the running game, so y'all, if you don't got an offensive line, which you're claiming, and you don't got a running game, the trade deadline's gone. Y'all are in trouble. Y'all are in deep trouble. But like I said, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. I think by the time Patriots play Buffalo, I think we'll be in first place, because I think you lose one more game until that matchup.
You good, man?
Dude. Honestly, I'm not even mad at you, dude. I'm not even mad. You're saying everything, but. One
more thing. Shout out to all the Jaguars fans that shared my video on Dan. I've been making fun of TD all season long. And now, Dan, you're in the firing range now. You're my number one enemy, because the Finns, they're not in our vicinity no more. The Jets are the Jets. You're my number one target. So my hatred is now all on Buffalo.
Dude,
and I just gotta say,
I've been waiting to be featured, man. I've been waiting to be featured. I love it.
I cannot wait until the Jets are an enemy to you, Master, because that means we're relevant. So hopefully by next year you hate the Jets and you're making clown videos about us, because that's a good thing. So I'm looking forward to that hopefully happening sometime in the future. So my thoughts about the AFC East right now, feels good that the Jets are not in last place. I'll start off with that halfway through the season. I know before the season, if I said that the Jets would not be in last place, all 3 of you guys would be clowning me. Like, Richie, everyone in the chat be like, yeah, okay, Richie, the Jets will be in last. Are you kidding me? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here we are. Not saying the Jets are doing anything crazy. We're only 2-6, and the Dolphins are 2-7, but still. But I'll start off with the Buffalo Bills, man. The Buffalo Bills. Yikes, Dan. I was watching that game. My brother-in-law my future brother-in-law, they get married next year. He's a Bills fan. And I actually, funny story, the first time I met him, I went to a Jets-Bills game upstate with my sister and him. And that was my first time, meeting him. It was, that Jets-Bills rivalry. So I have a little connection with the Bills because I went to college upstate. I have a connection with Bills Mafia. I understand their fan base. I know how passionate they are. I got into heated debates after debates about the Bills and the Jets for so many years. So now I have a different outlook about the Bills fans, more than I ever had before I went to college. So knowing what happened last Sunday, I cannot even imagine what it was like up in Buffalo. And I know you're not over in Buffalo anymore, Dan. I know that you were actually at the stadium in Jacksonville, which I couldn't even imagine what that was like. But, this could be one of those losses that's a wake-up call where you really have to realize, like, hey, you cannot take a team for granted like the Jacksonville Jaguars, because even a team like the New York Jets, the only 2 wins that the Jets have are against 2 playoff teams, the Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Those 2 games knocked out a lot of people in the survival pools, because the Jets are a team that matches up well, and they're really well coached, where they make sure they have a good game plan and they execute even when they're the heavy underdogs. And the Bills maybe got a wake-up call. Now they understand, like, okay, and now they have a big test against the Jets, because the Jets have proven that they can beat teams that are better than them. I think I can admit the Tennessee Titans are a better football team than the Jets. The Cincinnati Bengals are a better football team than the Jets, but we still beat them because we play with more effort, we play with more intensity, and we play just better football in those 4 quarters. So the Bills have a big test this Sunday. And another fun fact, the Jets' 2 wins are at home at MetLife Stadium. Jet Stadium goes crazy for those games, and we'll be home again this Sunday. So good luck to your Buffalo Bills. Then we're going to get more into that game in depth later on in the stream. But that loss that you guys had is really, really crazy. But if I had to say who will win the AFC East, I still think the Buffalo Bills would take advantage of it, and I think the Patriots will probably squeak a wild card game if I had to guess. When it comes to the Miami Dolphins, shout out to you guys going into this week against the Texans. I said if they lose, that will be the end because you guys have been going through a lot of hell. After that week 1, barely a victory over the New England Patriots, 1-0. You guys were going crazy, and you guys were talking a lot of crap. Well, not you. TD was. TD was on here. I'll never
Insanity
forget.
was talking crap too.
Yeah, I know, but not face to face because I'm just thinking of TD talking on the stream.
Where was my crap talk at? Can you pull it up?
No, but what I'm trying to say is after that 1 win, it's been 7 weeks of misery for you guys. And now you go up against the Houston Texans team where it's like you're both 1-7. This is probably the one game that no NFL team is any NFL fan is interested to watch. But you guys take care of business. You get the W, your backup quarterback like you guys were supposed to do. So shout out to the Miami Dolphins. And hopefully you guys can get back on track. Who you guys got this week? I forgot.
They play the Ravens tomorrow. It's over.
I know who they got. They got the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow.
It's a rhetorical question. I don't answer rhetorical questions. So I'm like, if you don't know who the Dolphins are playing next week, then I don't know if you should be hosting this week.
No, I know, baby. I'm excited for tomorrow night. Honestly, that's a game I'm excited to watch. So when it comes to the Patriots, you guys know me. I'm a big Sam Darnold fan just because I believed in him before he even put the Jets uniform on. I always respected him as a person, and I wanted him to be the guy for the New York Jets. We traded him away. I was like, okay, I'll root for him down in Carolina. Started off hot, and now he's just proving to be a bad quarterback. And now it's like going up against Bill Belichick and doing what he just did. Man, he is an absolute nightmare. And I don't know if you guys saw the footage of Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson on the sideline of Robbie just completely disgusted with him, cursing him out. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Those are 2 ex-Jets. But the New England Patriots, man, Mac Jones, he's, settling in. He's a very poised rookie quarterback right now. Bill Belichick has a perfect system for him. Josh McDaniels is really easing his way in. To start off the season for Mac Jones, they kind of babied him in, and now they're really letting him live. They're really letting him, flourish in that system. And I feel like Mac Jones is going to be a long-term starter for the Patriots, which really kills me. But that dirty-ass play for Mac Jones, that was ridiculous.
I want to get to that. I forgot.
Leave it alone.
We can get into it, but that is absolutely insane. I know what you're going to say. You thought you had the ball. We'll get into that. But I do credit the New England Patriots. Early on the season, it looked like you guys weren't going to do anything. You guys were, 1-3 at one point? The Jets and the Patriots had the same record, and I was excited to watch the Patriots finally just be consistently bad back-to-back seasons, but it doesn't look like that. Bill Belichick is, a Hall of Fame head coach, and your defense still knows how to play ball. Obviously, the system is there. The culture is there. So the Patriots are an upcoming team, and if I'm the Bills, I'm definitely worried about the New England Patriots because they're knocking on their door, and the Bills fans that thought there's going to be walking the cake park all over again with the AFC East, that's not the case. So that's my thoughts about the AFC East all around outside of the New York Jets. I guess we could talk about that Mac Jones situation. Master, you want to talk about what you saw?
First off, Brian Burns put out a hit on Mac Jones today.
About the AFC East?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't give the
oh my God,
the Dolphins. Listen, we do have a voice still in this thing. Like, I mean, come on now.
I'm so sorry.
Come on, we here. Like, the colors is on. Jeez.
Yeah, from the blowhole.
Take the floor. I'll give you solo layout. Because Finsanity's upgrade.
Put it back up. Put everybody back up. I want the same treatment. To Dan, I have a specific message to you from one TD. He says, please tell Dan. And I can't do his voice because I don't have that baritone. But he says, Josh Allen trash. That bum trash. Super trash. Can't stand that trash bum. 6-point trash. So,
all right.
Put his voice in. Okay. Let's start with the Jets. Let's start with Mike freaking White. Sorry. I'm not going to cuss on here.
Mike effing White.
Listen. Surprise of the AFC East, right? Like, no one saw you guys coming out getting, mustering out these great wins that you have. Your offensive, your head coach Robert Saleh has definitely turned your culture around. You see it. You see a team that really, like you said, wants to come out, fight, compete, even if you're not even supposed to be in these games. So kudos to you for turning your culture around. That's something the Dolphin fans thought they did, but where we're at. To the Patriots, shout out to your run game, because obviously they don't get love because we want to put everything on a rookie quarterback. We're not talking about Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, and all those guys are out there carrying the workload. So shout out to your running backs and to your defense, because your defense is what it's supposed to be. It's that old school nature Patriots defense that we expect. So personally, I think the Patriots are the favorite to win the AFC East right now, but that's only because to Bills Mafia, what are you doing? You had a chance to put the nail in the coffin in a 20-year dismal nightmare that this AFC East has been in. You said you had the quarterback. You obviously have the defense. What's going on? And I'm not saying this in any trolling way or anything. Wake up. Because if it's not going to be the Dolphins, if it's not going to be the Jets, by golly, please, for the sake of all of us and everything that is right, be the Bills. Like, you guys went out and shocked the world last year. Where is that? Where is that same fight? Where's that same attitude that I saw from the Bills last year? You're letting teams come in and dictate what you're going to do because of what? An offensive line? Josh Allen is known for using his legs. He's not known for his arm. He had one good year passing. Get back to it, man. And Stephon Diggs, I don't care if you guys got to get back to throwing Stephon the ball 20 times a game. You got Stephon, Cole Beasley, Gabriel Davis. You upgraded with Emmanuel Sanders. Get it together. Like, and I'm saying this from a passion because, honestly, I don't want to see the Patriots win. I don't want to hear Master at Work coming back talking about the evil empire is back. Y'all turned y'all backs on the Jets fan base and the Dolphin fan base. Y'all wanted to talk trash to us all last year because y'all thought y'all were on the top of the world. You made it to the AFC Championship. Okay, wake up, because you still are that team. You still have Dable. You still got Sean McDermott. Get it together. And this is the week where you go in against the Jets. Sorry, Richie. And get that team chemistry back, because it just looks like y'all felt entitled this year and you were like, the Patriots have a rookie quarterback. Dolphins are the Dolphins. And the Jets, everything's new. So we should just win this thing. Bring back the fight. And listen, I'm personally going to be rooting for y'all, because the last thing I want in this world is to hear him over there. Yeah, him, that one, talking about the Patriots on the top of the AFC East. And it's all love. I know y'all troll us. Y'all hate TD and all that. And we troll y'all to the death. But by golly, get it together. And Zach Moss, whether it's Zach Moss or Devin Singletary, Jesus. If I thought the Dolphins didn't have a run game,
the Bills don't have a run game. We don't.
You don't.
I sincerely wish that I could have recorded that. Like that was like a Bills hype speech right there. I feel like running through the fucking wall after hearing that.
But you know what?
Insanity.
I feel so bad because Mike F. White not gonna let that happen.
Yo,
listen.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll tell you this honestly. Y'all forgot that it's always been us versus them, and y'all thought y'all became them. But get back to being part of us and put your head down. Y'all are a blue-collar team, a blue-collar fan base. Y'all jump through tables and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
get back to the work, and y'all will be fine. And hopefully the Dolphins will be there with y'all next year if you get the shot or something. But
luckily, the most important football starts right now. For the rest of the year,
man, listen, y'all
good teams win November and December. This is where, this is where
let me address the elephant in the room.
This is the start of the run. Okay, you heard it.
So a lot of people, the media, the reason I know the Patriots are back is because now everyone wants to take a shot at good old Mac Jones. Wow. Okay, so let's say he gets strip sacked, right? And he obviously thinks that he has the ball because he's tugging at his leg. Had Cam Newton done that in the Super Bowl, maybe the Panthers finally have the Super Bowl if he would have done that at Von Miller. Matt, listen, people, and then Burns came out today and pretty much put a bounty on Mac Jones, saying, "All my defensive ends go hunt." saying he doesn't expect an apology from Mac Jones. You ain't getting no apology from McCorkle. Like, all y'all calling Mac Jones dirty, please keep doing it because we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And I've been reading this chat today. Yeah, we're going to – listen, if we're spying and we're cheating as long as we're winning, I really don't care. The evil empire is back. All y'all want to talk about Mac Jones is dirty? He learned from his daddy. His daddy's Brady. Brady did the same thing against the Ravens when he tried to take out Ed Reed in the groin. Obviously, Belichick's doing something right because it's working. You know what I mean? And like I said, y'all can keep hating on the kid, but the reason I know the Patriots are back because now the hatred is back. Case in point, Finsanity. So, listen, man, the Bills, I'm going to say it again.
How was that hate?
You know what I'm saying?
What did I say?
The Bills, somehow the Bills feel entitled. I don't know why the Bills fans feel entitled. They've never won anything besides the COVID Mickey Mouse ring. But like I said, the daddy's home. That's all I'm going to say. Daddy is home, and he's going to make himself comfortable for the playoffs and another Super Bowl run. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Hey, man, Mac Jones is wearing those colors of pride, and I know that you're excited about him, as you should be. As you should be.
Mac Jones was definitely, took some classes at Cobra Kai. Like, he definitely learned how to sweep the leg. Get out of here. Personally, I don't think the play was dirty. I mean, like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I feel like it was unnecessary. And you can't say that he thought the guy had the ball, because if you say that, then his situational awareness is kaput. Like, because everybody is literally running past him. So don't say, like, nobody's running to tackle the guy that you're trying to tackle. So don't say he had the ball. Like, that's BS. But at the end of the day, if that's how he wants to play, then, hey, he has to understand what's going to come also with it.
Now he's got a bounty on his back, so we'll see how that goes. With Myles Garrett on the way, so we'll see if the defensive linemen actually answer that bounty. But moving on to previewing this week, we got the New York Jets facing the Buffalo Bills. We got the Miami Dolphins facing the Baltimore Ravens on primetime football, and the New England Patriots facing the Cleveland Browns, who are coming off a really impressive victory last week. So we'll start off with Finsanity. We'll start off with your game tomorrow because that game's coming up first. First of all, let's hear your the report about the quarterback situation. Is Tua going to start? Is Jacoby going to start? And how could the Dolphins pull off the upset? What needs to happen in order for that to happen?
Let's see. Well, Tua was limited today. He's still nursing his injury. So as of right now, we don't have a starter. It's a game time decision. So we'll see what happens. Personally, I felt like our only hope was to have Lamar Jackson on the Manning cast, but obviously there wasn't one this week. So the Dolphins had to come in with a better game plan other than the sports gods trying to show us some favor. The Dolphins have not played well against the Ravens. The Ravens normally come in and beat us by like 20 plus points. It's always a massacre. We also don't normally do well on primetime games. I think last year, even when we played Saturday, I wouldn't say that was a primetime game. It was Saturday night, and we eked out a miracle win against the Raiders. What we have to do, and hopefully it doesn't bite us, we got to go back to our defense. But it also has to be like, we're used to just going and trying to get the quarterback. Sometimes it has to come with a form of contain, because you're dealing with a guy named Lamar Jackson that once you give him a lane, it's like 20 plus yards. Lamar's coming back to South Florida. The last time he was in South Florida, he put on the show and he literally made the statement, not bad for a quarterback. And that's when he ran on, I think, to have his MVP season, which was crazy. We sparked that. Offensively, I don't know how we score enough points. I'm not going to sit here and lie to my fan base and say we're going to be able to score with the Baltimore Ravens. We haven't been able to put up those type of numbers all year, and we've played some horrible teams such as Jacksonville, Atlanta, and the Texans so far. All I can hope is that we just go to Gesicki. At this point, just throw the ball to Gesicki. He's making miraculous catches, one-hand catches, and he seems to catch everything that's thrown his way. I think he had one bad drop.
Future Jet.
Well, it wasn't even a bad drop, but he had one drop. But when it comes down to it, I don't know how the Dolphins win this game, because the Dolphins aren't supposed to win this game. The Dolphins shouldn't even be in this game. I don't get how we're only I think it's like 7-point underdog at home. It should be bigger. I don't think we deserve that much respect to be only a 7-point underdog. And I know a lot of fans are going to eat me up for this, but it's the truth. We don't have an offensive identity. Our defense is just starting to put it together. We had 2 good games against Josh Allen, and then we saw how that ended in the fourth quarter. And then Tyrod Taylor, but he was just coming back off of an injury, right? So we're getting back to that. Jalen Phillips, Brandon Jones, Javon Holland, Jerome Baker, Andrew Van Ginkel, all of them are going to have to just play fast and play with their heads down and just play instinctively, because this is a very quick team. Now, luckily, the Ravens starting running backs are not going to be there. Even Latavius Murray's up, but now you got to deal with Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell, who are very good veteran running backs. You got kid Rashawn Bateman, who's starting to find his stride as a rookie. I don't know if Sammy Watkins is playing, but you still got Hollywood Brown as a deep threat. So I don't know how much man we can play with all that speed that they have. I don't know if we have the cornerbacks that can match that speed, but as hard as it is to say, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, especially on prime time. I mean, the Jets were on prime time last week. Obviously, we were the underdogs. We had our backup quarterback. There was a lot of hype around us. So good luck to you guys. Prime time is a lot of eyes on you. It's a little nerve-wracking. Guys, before we continue, I just want to say, if you guys want to please smash that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate that. It helps out the stream a ton. We want to get this stream out there to as many NFL fans around the world. We have 71 likes with 174 people watching. So smash that thumbs up button. Let's try to get to over 100 likes before the stream is over. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in to the AFC East Roundtable. So now let's go over to Master at Work, man. Let's hear about the Cleveland Browns-Patriots game coming up and how the Patriots got to really maintain Baker Mayfield and that running game that they got. I know that Nick Chubb has COVID. We'll look out to see what's going on with that. So what do the Patriots need to do to get this dub?
Yeah, I'm not worried at all. To be honest with you, they had a good win last week against the Bengals, but then again, it's the Bengals. I mean, you guys beat the Bengals. So, yeah, I'm not worried about the shit-stained doo-doo Browns. They're the Browns. They're still the Browns. Baker Mayfield is a fraud, in my opinion. I'm just, like I said, this is another must win for the Patriots. Because the playoff picture, what I'm talking about, why it's a must win, we need to get that tiebreaker. We need to up our conference record to 5-1. So if tiebreakers come down to it, we get in. This is a home game. We have not been good at home this season. Only team we beat at home were the Jets. We're 1-4 at home. So, that's another reason why we have to get this win. Like I said, I'm just not worried about this game. It's just we've been on such a run right now. I do believe that it's not going to be as easy as it was against the Chargers or the Panthers. I believe Mac Jones is going to have to win us this game. If the defense, for some reason, if Baker Mayfield has shown what he can do, even though he's very inconsistent when it comes to throwing the ball down the field. One thing I am worried about, if anything, is that now that OBJ is gone, even last year after he tore his ACL, the Browns, for some reason, made a huge run. And now that he's gone again, they go out the next week and score, I think, 30, 40 points. That's a concern of mine. I think it has more to do with chemistry than anything. Getting him out the locker room. I just think he wasn't a good fit. I was hoping that if we were going to get OBJ, it was going to be yesterday, but he wants to be a diva about it and do like a decision on like LeBron James, because he could have played his former team this Sunday, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think we're going to get the dub.
Yeah, that OBJ situation is definitely something to look out for, because I know the Patriots are the only team that are interested in terms of the AFC East. I know that some Bills fans want OBJ. Would you be interested in OBJ? No, I know Dan hates OBJ. I don't know why I'm asking him that.
Would I be interested in OBJ?
No, I know you are, Master. I was asking.
I will say this, that it is kind of funny. Another reason why I think the Patriots are back is that he's not considering any one of y'all bum teams. You would think that Buffalo would. I mean, he's not even looking at Buffalo, and you guys are winning. You guys are a winning team right now. You guys are first in the division. I don't know why Buffalo would not consider. I mean, I don't know why OBJ is not considering Buffalo. Is there a reason for that, Dan? Or
I just think that our front office doesn't see receiver as a need right now.
Same.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
that's true.
Not that we would need him anyway, because we're 2-6. We're not going anywhere. But Dan, let's start off with this Jets-Bills matchup.
Jets,
because you're coming off an upset. And you don't want to walk into MetLife Stadium as the favorites, especially when you're a playoff team in the AFC. You don't want to do that. You really don't. So Dan,
man. Listen,
hear
I
your
have
thoughts.
learned my lesson for at least a week of how I title my videos.
I was just about to ask you, what is the title for the preview video against the Jets this week? Did you think of it yet?
This is the working title I have. The Buffalo Bills will hopefully maybe beat the New York Jets.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I like it too, right? Super passive, But regardless of this game, I mean, we're probably going to end up having a 0 run game because Zach Moss is currently in the concussion protocol at this point. So Devin Singletary's number is going to be called. There's a guy in our practice squad named Antonio Williams. When it comes to any type of Cinderella story in preseason, like some dude that played football 4 months of his entire life, like from the UK that like runs a touchdown pass, automatically Bills fans are like, oh yeah, for sure, dude, bring that guy up. So I've never really believed that like a practice squad member can really come in and like make a solid impact. But I mean, at this point, why not? Like, let's go ahead and bring up Antonio Williams because I mean, we're gonna have to at least run. Jets are fantastic at stopping the run. They still are. They had an off game, obviously, this past week. However, still something you need to worry about. We're still going to be having those exact same injuries on our offensive line with Feliciano, and then same with Spencer Brown. So I still foresee the same weaknesses in that offensive line. I am just fully anticipating and really hoping that our offense can, get out of this funk and get back to scoring an average of, because right before that Jags game, we were like 2/3 in the league for points per game. So that was an off day. I'm hoping that we just knock the rust off, come back on top of that. And as far as my defense is concerned, I think Mike White has shown tremendous strides as a quarterback. I think that he could have a bright future or he could be a one-hit wonder. We really don't know. But regardless, I am confident that our defense will show up. And even if our offense is a little slow starting off, that our defense would be able to bail us out and start a spark at the end.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like that take. The Jets were the underdogs. We've been the underdog pretty much every single game this season. And now we're going up against the first time against a division rival that's not named the New England Patriots. The Buffalo Bills are coming to town. And this is just one of those games as a Jets fan, especially with Mike White out there. It's like, there's not a lot to lose. Like whenever Mike White's out there at quarterback for me, or even Josh Johnson last week, there was just like this feeling where like, I'm not really that, not watching every single snap like it mattered as much, because when you have a rookie quarterback at second overall, you're watching every single thing that he does. Like, is he the future or not? Because that's the prize. Like if we hit on that second overall pick and he's the future, that's a really franchise altering, move for the Jets. When it's Mike White, it feels like it's like a positive thing where Jets fans are just like, whoa, this never happens to us. A random guy coming here and just looking great as our backup quarterback. And not only Jets fans love him, but the entire NFL world's rooting for Mike White. It's a different feeling when he's out there at quarterback. And I feel like he's doing such a great job of elevating this offense. So the one thing I'm looking forward to in this game is the Jets going up against the Bills defense, because the Bills defense is definitely the top in the league. And now we're going to have to go up against this team where, first of all, the Bills are going to be so motivated because they're a very well-coached team. Sean McDermott's one of the best coaches in the league. I have so much respect for him. They have been in that system for years and years and years. The defensive mind and then the offensive mind of Brian Daboll as well. They're just very well coached. And I just do not see the Buffalo Bills going back-to-back like disgusting performances. The only way the New York Jets get this W somehow is if they just absolutely outperform the Bills, because I think the Bills are going to be putting up a lot of points. I think the Bills offense is probably going to put up 25 to 28, 30 points minimum. I don't think they're going to get any less than that, especially what I've been seeing from this Jets defense lately. I think Josh Allen has a lot to prove because I still think he's a great quarterback in this league. He's having a lot of inconsistencies. He's having a lot of ups and downs, but I think he's going to find his stride. The Jets secondary has been really good this year. They're very young, but we just lost our veteran safety, Marcus May, for the rest of the season. So that's going to be a big, big blow for this entire Jets defense, because he is the guy that really holds all that young, nucleus cornerbacks together, and he's been the reason why the corners have been exceeding everybody's expectations. I'm really hoping for a bounce-back game from the Jets linebackers and defensive line, because they looked absolutely atrocious against the Colts. We cannot stop the run. CJ Mosley was just clueless out there. Definitely his worst performance as a New York Jet. So if he can really control the game and the Jets defensive line can get to Josh Allen and obviously stop the run, number one, because we know that the Bills don't really do that as a priority. So if we can make sure we stop that and then force Josh Allen and make sure we contain him in the pocket and do not beat us with his legs, I like our chances, because I just have this, whenever the Jets versus the Bills, it drives me crazy about Josh Allen. He just runs all over the place. And I'm like, somebody tackle this man. It's like 3rd and 15, and he gets 16 yards with his legs. And it's just so frustrating to watch. But that's what makes him really special as a quarterback. So the Jets got to make sure they contain him, because the Jets defense are very vulnerable in the screen passes. They're very vulnerable in the quick screen passes, because they're an attacking front seven and they get to the quarterback really quickly. And that's been our, Achilles heel all season long. When it comes to the Jets offense, going up against this Bills defense, man, Mike White, he has a lot to prove, because against the Bengals, that 400-yard game that he had, as great as it was, and that was the first 400-yard Jets quarterback in 20 years, the first one I've ever witnessed in my life, because I was 4 years old the last time it happened. He did throw it underneath a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our running backs had 14 receptions combined. And I want to see Mike White stretch the field. Against the Colts, he did. He had a long touchdown to Elijah Moore. He was really precise with it. He had really good pocket mobility. But I want to see him take some shots down the field, because we have some weapons right now that are really developing on this Jets offense. And a lot of people are taking notice. If you guys are in fantasy football and Elijah Moore is available, pick him up, because he's getting scorching hot. He was supposed to be the first-round pick. The Jets got him with the second pick in the second round. He's an Ole Miss receiver. He's a slot guy, but he plays all over the place, and he is breaking out. And I think that he's going to have a big test. Corey Davis, luckily, is going to be back in this game. He's been our number one receiver all year long. He missed the last 2 weeks with a hip injury, so he'll be back, and that's going to take a lot of the stress off of Elijah Moore. I'm expecting Tre'Davious White to be on Corey Davis, and that's going to open up Elijah Moore. Our 2 running back tandem of Michael Carter and Ty Johnson, they're taking big steps as well. So this young, exciting Jets offense is taking steps and strides the way I would hope at this point of the season. And this is a huge test against the Buffalo Bills. The only way the Jets can pull off this upset is if we can actually play defense, because the offense, I somehow have optimistic feeling about them, which I usually don't. But I know they're going up against a top-tier Bills defense, so it's going to be hard to really get that offense going. But this defense, because this is Robert Saleh's team, man. He's a defensive-minded head coach, and the defense looks so good at the beginning of the year. And right now they're going through a little dry spell. So what does Robert Saleh as a head coach do to this defense to really hone in and make Josh Allen's life a living nightmare all day long at MetLife Stadium? Dominate the line of scrimmage, sack him 4+ times, and make Josh Allen throw some idiotic interceptions and make him just make bad decisions, because that's what this Jets defensive line is supposed to be doing, is dominating the line of scrimmage, and unfortunately they've not been doing that the past couple of weeks. So that's my thoughts about the Jets-Bills game. I know it's a long shot that the Jets get this W, but I cannot tell you with a straight face, I thought the Jets would beat the Titans or the Bengals. So anything is possible. I'm expecting a really good division rival matchup between the Jets and the Bills. So guys, that's going to wrap up the AFC East Roundtable. We're just approaching 1 hour mark. We appreciate each and every one of you guys in the chat staying tuned all the way to the end of the stream. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you guys enjoyed. We're going to go over the table one more time, give you our final goodbyes of where you guys can find them and what they're doing over there on their respective channels. And Dan, starting off with you, my man, what you got previewing for the Jets-Bills this week?
Oh, man. So tomorrow my preview video is going to drop, and then I'm going to be doing a live stream on my channel, Bills Fans v. Jets Fans. I'm going to have Richie on, and then another Jets YouTuber, that's TBD, and then me and another Bills YouTuber, which I haven't decided to bring on at this point. But we'll make it happen.
Sounds good. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Insanity. What are you doing for the game tomorrow night?
Packing. I'm going to be packing and watching the game, if I'm going to be honest. But guys, make sure you check out PHINS Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We welcome all fan bases over there. We talk, we chat. Just make sure you're respectful. All you guys' channels are doing absolutely amazing, and it was fun being on here with you guys. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, and prayers for TD and his family. Yeah, prayers for TD and his family. Definitely. Sorry.
Yeah, set one up for TD.
Yeah, prayers to TD and his family. He's going through some tough times right now. Luckily, Finsanity filled in for him beautifully. We love having you on the stream, Finsanity. Hope to see you again soon. Master, how about you, my man?
Yeah, all I got to say is that the Dolphins have not won a playoff game in 21 seasons now. It was going on 21 seasons. I'm keeping track. That's all I got to say.
See you week 18.
All right, so we're going to finish off with that. We're going to finish off with that. So we're taking a little shot at the Miami Dolphins while they're at the bottom of the division. Hopefully that lasts, but we'll see, because it feels like the Jets – we'll see what the Jets do. We'll see what the Jets do. But at the end of the day, We got our backup quarterback going up against with Josh Allen. It's going to be a fun time. I'll be live during that game if you guys want to tune in to me. I'm sure Dan will be live as well if you want to go back and forth to our respective streams. When the Jets score a touchdown, come say what's good to me. When the Bills score a touchdown, go say what's good to him, or vice versa. Talk some smack in the chat. You all know where to find us. We appreciate all the support, guys. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, like the video, and subscribe to all the channels down below in the description. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. That does it for this stream, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Later.
Peace.